Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will show you one of the 3 archetypes coming out in Secret Slayers, the Adamatia archetype. The other 2 are the new zombies and the new plants. I will talk about them in different videos, but right now let's see these guys. So this is basically a rock archetype, which is really nice because we didn't get rock support since years, if I remember correctly. So the first card is Adamatia Seeker. As you see, this is an Earth rock monster, which is a tuner, and you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn each. The first, if you control an Adamatia monster, except the Seeker, you can special summon this card from your hand. So you get a special summon if you have another Adamatia monster. And the second effect, during your main phase, you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if there is a non-tuner level 4 or lower rock monster among them, you can special summon one of them, also place the other cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So actually, you can see the top 5 cards, and if there is a level 4 or lower rock monster, you can special summon that, and because in this deck you only play rock monsters, there is a really high chance that there will be a monster. So as a start, this card seems nice because it can special summon itself, it can special summon another monster from your deck if you activate it. So let's see the other cards and let's see the possible synergies between them. So the second card, the Girl Seeker, which is the Adamatia Researcher, which is also Earth, Rock and Tuner. It can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn each, so the same as the Seeker. First, if you control a rock monster, except Adamatia Researcher, you can special summon this card from your hand. So the same special summon, but you don't have to control an Adamantia, you have to control a rock monster instead. Second effect, during your main phase, activate the top 5 cards, and if there is a non-tuner level 4 or lower rock monster among them, you can special summon one of them, also place the others on the bottom of the deck in any order. So this is the exact same effect as Seekers. So this is the exact same effect as the Seekers. So this is also another special summon. So if you have a Seeker, for example, you can special summon this one because Seeker is a rock monster. You can make another search. This is kinda nice. We will see the other cards. The Analyzer. Earth Rock, Tuner, but this time this is a level 4. The last 2 were, yes, they were level 2 monsters, but this is a level 4. Hard ones per turn effects. Both effects are hard ones per turn. First, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So basically we have a Cyber Dragon here, if I can read it correctly. And second, the exact same effect as the previous 2, so you can activate 5 cards, special summon a level 4 or lower non-tuner monster, and place the other cards on the bottom of your deck. So the only difference is that this is a level 4, and that the condition for the special summon is not an Adamantia monster, not a rock monster, but the fact that only your opponent controls a monster. That's nice, that's nice. Let's see the other cards because we had only seen tuners so far. And here it is, the first non-tuner Adamatia card, the Adamatia Crystal Leonite. It's a fire rock type effect monster, and 2 hard ones per turn effects. First, if this card is special summoned by the effect of an Adamatia card, so for example because of the previous 3 cards, you can place one Adamatia card from your hand or graveyard on the top of your deck. So if you have Adamatia cards in your graveyard, you can actually manipulate the top of your deck with the fact that you can place one card among them to the top of your deck, which is actually insane in this archetype because both the 3 tuners has the ability to activate cards, and if there is an exact card among them, you can special summon that one. So I feel like this is a great synergy. Let's see the second effect. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one fire synchro monster. So we will have synchro monsters you control or in your graveyard. Return it to the extra deck, so recyclability. And if you do, place this card on the top of the deck. Now, this is a really great recyclability because you not only put your synchro monster back into the extra deck from your graveyard, but you can also place this card on the top of the deck and then you can special summon it out with any Adamatia tuner. So I think we will see more rocks. The second Krista is Reptite. First effect, if this card is special summoned by the effect of an Adamatia card, you can place one rock monster from your hand or graveyard on the top of your deck. So this is the exact same effect as the previous, but this time not an Adamatia card, but a rock monster is the card which you can place from your hand or graveyard on the top of your deck. Okay, and the second effect, if this card is in your graveyard, target one wind synchro monster you control or in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck, and if you do, place this card on the top of the deck. So this is the same effect as the previous, but with a wind synchro monster. Okay, and let's see the next stone, Tragit. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. First, if this card is special summoned by the effect of an Adamatia card, you can draw a card. Okay, this is the best out of the three rocks because you have a card advantage, which is really good in the meta game. And the other two effects are okay because you can place a rock monster or you can place an Adamatia monster on the top of your deck, which is a great synergy with the deck itself. But this draw a card effect is awesome because you don't have to have an exact card in your graveyard which you will place on the top of your deck, but you can simply draw a card. Okay, really nice. And the second effect, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one water synchro monster. And okay, this is the same as the previous, but with a water synchro monster. You return it to the extra deck, and if you do, place this card on the top of the deck. Okay, so we had three tuners with the ability to activate cards, and we have three rocks with the ability to make some advantage when they are special summoned and have some recyclability in the graveyard. I feel like that Konami really did a great job on this archetype so far, but we will see the most important cards of the deck, the synchro monsters or the extra deck monsters. So let's see. Adamatia Rise Leonite, a fire rock synchro effect monster, one tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. This is a level 6 synchro monster, which means that you need one of the first two tuner Adamatia cards, so Researcher or Seeker, and any stone, because all the stones are level 4 and it doesn't say that you have to have the fire stone exactly. And you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn each. First, during your main phase you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if there is an Adamatia card among them, you can add one of them to your hand. Also, place the other cards on the bottom of your deck in any order, which is really important that this is an Adamatia card, so not only a monster but also spells and traps. And this means one card advantage again. Really nice. And the second, during your opponent's turn, if there is a fire monster in your graveyard, okay, so if you use, for example, the fire stone, so you will have a fire monster in your graveyard. Quick effect, you can target one rock monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So basically, if you have a fire monster in your graveyard, then you can special summon a rock from your graveyard. It's okay, it would be more powerful, of course, without the fire monster in the graveyard, because that way it would be a monster reborn for rock monsters. I think it's okay, it's not overpowered, but it's okay. And the Reptite. So the same one tuner, one non-tuner monsters, hard ones per turn effects. First, during your main phase you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck. This is the same as the Leonite. And if there is a rock monster among them, you can add one of them to your hand. Also place the other cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So as we could see on the card of Researcher and on the Wind Stone, these cards work with rock monster. So this time you can add the rock monster to your hand instead of an Adamatia card. And second, during your opponent's turn, if there is a wind monster in your graveyard, okay, it was obvious that this one will use a wind monster in the graveyard. Quick effect, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. That's nice. That's DD Crow, which means that you can actually stop their combos because of the card banish from their graveyard. You have to have a wind monster in the grave, so because of this, this effect is also a bit weaker than it could be, but I think that's fair because the deck has a lot of ability to send the stones to the graveyard, and if you make the synchro summons with the appropriate attribute stone, you will always have the needed monsters in the graveyard. So let's see. And this is the boss monster, the dragon, which is a rock monster, but it seems like it's a dragon. And this is level 8. The others were level 6, so it means that you can special summon this card only with Analyzer, because Analyzer is level 4 and the stones are level 4, so you will need an Analyzer for the synchro summon. But let's see the effects. First, during your main phase, you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck. Okay, and if there is a rock monster among them, you can return cards your opponent controls to the hand up to that amount. Also place the activated cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So for each rock monster, you can return one card to your opponent's hand. Now that's insane. Just think of it. This deck has a lot of options for the manipulation of the top of your deck. So among the top 5 cards of your deck there will be rocks, and for each rock you can return a card. That's really nice. That's the most powerful card so far. And let's see the second effect. If there is a water monster in your graveyard, when your opponent activates a spell trap effect, you can negate that activation, and if you do, destroy it. So it comes with a spell trap negation as a quick effect, but you have to control a water monster in your graveyard. But still it's the most powerful second effect among the synchro monsters. It can distrap your opponent or defend your board. I kinda like this card. It seems like this is an appropriate boss monster for a new archetype. With the new master rule, you will be able to summon more synchro monsters on the same turn without having a link monster. So you will be able to have, for example, all 3 on your board, which is actually nice. And let's see the support cards, I mean the spells and traps. First, they have a field spell, which means that because of these field spell, all rock monsters you control will gain 500 attack and defense. That's an okay effect. It's not so powerful, but as a field spell it's okay. And the second effect, once per turn you can take up to 5 Adamatia cards from your deck, place them on top of your deck in any order. What? Okay, now this is the point when I think it's a bit ridiculous that you can manipulate the top 5 cards of your deck, and after this manipulation the effect of the dragon will send 5 cards back to the opponent's hand, because all the 5 cards will be Adamatia cards and rock cards, because you can choose any Adamatia cards from your deck. All the monsters are rocks. You just put them on the top of your deck, and you can easily go with the special summon effects of the tuner monster, with the sending effect of the dragon. Oh my god. This field spell is absolutely awesome with these guys. And the artwork is really nice, so we shouldn't forget that. But the most important part, that it's really powerful. Next, Adamatia Sign, a normal spell. Target one rock monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. Then if you special summon an Adamatia monster by this effect, you can place one level 4 or lower rock monster from your deck on top of your deck. So a monster reborn, and then you can manipulate the top card of your deck. Perfect for the archetype. Let's go ahead for the next card. a trap, a normal trap card, tribute any number of Adamatia monsters, then target that many cards +1 on the field, destroy them. It's target and destroy, which is not so powerful because a lot of cards can protect itself or other cards from the targeting or from the destroying. So I don't think that's a bad card, and if you consider that it's searchable, it's okay. It won't be the most powerful card of the archetype, but that's okay. And we have a resonance. Okay, and what resonance do, if you control an Adamatia synchro monster, when a monster effect is activated, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy it. So it's a counter trap, and it negates and destroys a monster effect. Okay, this is the better trap card out of the two. This will be playable. Okay, so all in all, I think that the archetype will be great. I don't know yet that it will be a top meta deck, but it has a lot of potential. It has great synergy with itself. And don't forget that there is no restriction ability, which means that you can summon non-rock monsters after you activated the effects of Adamatia cards because there is no restriction. So you can special out, for example, a Borlot Savage Dragon if you can use Link monsters somehow in the decks, or you can summon out the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon instead of the Adamatia boss monster, because they are both level 8, and with the Analyzer and with any rock you can special summon them out. And also, I think you can use Gallant Granite somehow in the deck because it can search any rock from your deck to your hand. You can also summon out your Nibiru in this deck. And don't forget about the Block Dragon, which will get a reprint, I think because of the fact that it can be used in this deck. So I think the deck has a lot of options, and I think it will be interesting to see how the deck succeeds, or if it will be used in tournaments. As regards my own opinion, I'm absolutely in love with the artwork and with the synergy of this archetype, so I'm sure that I will unbox a few packs when it comes out. Guys, this was all for today. This was all about the Adamatia archetype. If you have any thoughts you would like to share with me or to share with each other, just write it down in the comment section below. If you like the content, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. See you next time and get your game on.